Hello there, welcome back here on the show. If you just joined us, this is Prime Morning and we're getting into our next conversation, and it's all about entertainment as we do on every Friday. We'll review some of the things that have come up, and today our focus will be on the challenges of artists and event promoters and other matters arising. You know that this week has been a very luxurious week, and we're getting into some of the issues of it. And so quickly, I'll be joined by some gentlemen who have done so much for themselves in this entertainment industry, and they'll be sharing their thoughts with us here in Ghana and out there in the USA. In the studio with me, as always, I have our very own brother and a family to the family now, in the person of Eric Tosca. He's project manager for Wilderland Festival, which is coming on in December, by the way. Artistic liaison for Afro Nation Ghana as well. And he's joining us in studio. Bro, good to see you. Everything cool? We're back again.
Yeah.
More pressure.
Charlie.
It will happen. Also, Shatta Wale's manager, Sonny Flex, will be joining us via Zoom this morning. And in the USA, DJ Good Slim is in Ohio, and he's one of the big guys out there. He's a DJ and also an event promoter as well. He's put a lot of big shows together, and he's joining us via Zoom all the way from the US, Ohio. And joining us from Minnesota is the man of the moment, the man who's been incredibly, great when it comes to putting events together, promoting it. He's an music executive producer as well. He's more like DJ Khaled, in the US, and in the person of Julian Esiedu Jagonzi is also joining us all the way from Minnesota. And again, don't forget that there have been a lot of conversations that have come up, and these men are here to help us digest them. Okay, but let me see if I can reach out to those on Zoom as well. Who do I have? Jagonzi, DJ Slim. Which of you can hear me now?
Bro, we can hear you.
Okay, I can hear Jagonzi over there. DJ Slim is the one on the screens right now. Slim, can you hear me? Unmute your microphone. Okay, we can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. We'll also be joined by Shatta Wale's manager in the person of Mr. Summers Flex along the line. But let me start off with both of you out there. Okay, so I'll start with you, Jagonzi. Let me have a quick overview of your understanding or your observation about Ghanaian artists having shows in the US, since that's where you are. What's your overview of the situation like?
Good morning. I know it's early here. And I just want to say, good job for, at least putting this together. It's 4 a.m. here, so that should tell you that this is a very interesting topic that we all can't wait. Goody Slim already has his coffee, so he's really
but I'm grateful to you guys for waking up at 4 and joining me, though. Yeah.
Is that what?
I'm grateful to you guys waking up at 4 a.m. at 3 a.m. by the way.
I tell you. Yeah, but so far so good. We just finished a tour with Sarkodie. Great. We did about 15 shows. Started in July and ended, late, September. Of course, there's always going to be challenges, and what we are still trying to do is to, bridge that gap, try and find, ways in which we, the promoters and the artists, can actually always come to that common ground or that understanding in which we'll be able to, put things together to make these shows, a success, So, recently, like I said, we just got done with Sarkodie. There's a lot of stuff that also went, behind the scenes, which we have to change. At the end, there was a very good tour. It was nice. Brand was dope. Like I said, a lot of things went on that also we all need to sit down, to fix as promoters and industry players, just to not avoid certain things, in the future, Apart from that, there's really, really not too much that has, been happening on this side in terms of, bringing Ghanaian artists, here.
Okay.
We do parties, Slim does parties. We do other stuff aside, just the shows. But reason why is because it's just hard, for us to have a certain kind of conversation with these artists to actually get them here, to put these shows together,
Okay.
So we are all here trying to see what we all can do in order to fix or see what's actually going on. Like I always say, we the promoters don't actually get the chance to, sit down with each artist for them to understand certain things, because at the end of the day, we live here and we know what needs to be done, in order for these shows to be a success. But if they are not on the same page with us, it always makes things, difficult.
Okay,
so,
we're going to come. We're going to come to the aspect of negotiations and demands, but let me get Slim's initial comment about his observation and or overview of how the situation looks like where he is as well.
Okay, like my brother Jagonzi just said, we all trying to come to a common ground when it comes to Ghanaian music, Ghanaian culture, Ghanaian artists. We all want to come together as one because there's a big gap between the promoters, the DJs, and the Ghanaian artists in Ghana. See, our communication and then the way we work, it's like we all don't have the same, we are not on the same path. There's a misconception that Ghanaians here love to promote the Nigerians and do Ghanaian concert, Nigerian concert more than our Ghanaian counterpart, which is not true. The thing is, we want to work with our Ghanaians, but at the same time, if I want to work with you and you don't want to work with me, or if you're making it difficult for me to work with you, how am I going to work with you if we can't communicate or be on the same grounds? So like my brother already said, we just want to all come on a common ground. We have an understanding that, okay, the market here is dominated by the Nigerians. So what can we do to bridge the gap? And I tell my friends all the time, let's say Ghanaian has a song, the team all has to do with how we compose our team as Ghanaians or as Ghanaian artists. If the team is not reaching out to us, bro, I have a project, I'm trying to launch this project, I want you guys to help me out. If you don't do that, we cannot help you because we don't have the resources that we need to use to help you. Like your new song, your new project is out, we don't have it. We have to go online and look for it. Your team is not reaching out to other DJs or promoters that will also help in pushing or promoting your brand or your song. So all we're saying is that we all want to come together as one, as Africans, as Ghanaians, as promoters, as DJs. Let's be on the same page with what we're doing. Nobody should let the ego come in between the work. That's all I'm trying to say. That we shouldn't let our ego come in between our work. And let's be willing and more open to each other. Let's communicate better. Let's share ideas better. And let's promote each other better.
Okay.
Ghana has done it before. Ghana has been on the map before, dominated this just for a long time before they even changed it to Afrobeat. We had Azonto, we have Hip-Life, we dominated for a long time. So we can do it again. We all just need to be on one page.
Okay, we're going to be looking at...
And put our egos on the side.
Okay, we're going to be looking at that page. Sammy Flex is also joining us, but let me come to the studio and speak to Eric. Eric, you've dealt with a lot of these artists for different events. What is the major issue now? What are we not seeing?
The major issue is artists not really trying to understand what the promoter or the events organizer is going through to put up a concert or a festival for the artist. So sometimes, in our case, in the company I work with, we try to create experience, something that will live on the minds of the patronizers when they come. And also a setup that will put the artist on a certain kind of level. So the investment goes into it. And then after doing all of this, you have little sponsorship or something, or literally no sponsorship. And then the artist wants to charge you very huge amounts of money, like he's charging you his rates, boom, every
because he feels you're making some millions of cedis from what you're doing.
All because it feels like you're making millions of cedis, and the fans will come and they'll buy tickets. But then in events, no serious events promoter actually relies on tickets to fund the event. You actually have to find money to fund the event. Tickets money takes care of, let's say, miscellaneous. Tickets money takes care of miscellaneous. So the artists should know that, okay, Ghanaians are trying to put us there. We have to reason with them as brothers. Try and reason with them. Let us put us on a certain level, because the experience will create, pictures will go out. You'll see. You see what we did with Black Sherif at the Theory Music Awards. The Kweku the Traveler thing, the water coming down on him, and he released a song a week after. And just then the song went boom. That's activation.
That thing contributed a lot to it.
Exactly. That's activation. His team sat with our team, and we talked and we worked around it. And he was like, I have a song. And we listened to the song. We're like, okay, let's create this for it.
So you didn't have to even pay him as much as you would have paid him. But of course, there was an experience that will help promote his song.
Exactly.
So the management understood that, okay, since you are giving us XYZ, create something around this. Exactly. So it will help us also sell what we have. And they understood.
And now Kweku the Traveler is one of the biggest songs.
So why is it difficult for others to also understand that, you know what, we can create an experience, and so you don't have to charge, or we don't have to pay you?
Not everyone understands that business. There are some who are my money.
Some artist management, or the artists themselves?
Both. The artists, the management, the team, they're like my money. I have to take my money and just leave. There's some when we did Wilderland, and we're talking to some of the artists. Some of the artists were like, when they listened to the idea, they were like, "Wow, put me on." Not just because of the money, put me on. I'll be there to support you. Like someone like Davido. Davido had issues at the airport when he arrived at the airport. Davido had to be bussed in an oven. He actually requested for V8, but we didn't get for him. But he had to be buzzing and over.
And he was able to adjust?
Bro.
He didn't say anything?
Bro.
Davido.
Your mind bossed.
who loves private jets?
Exactly.
Said no, if there's a problem with whatever V8 that I have to
he was there, some of the other Nigerian artists were there. The V8 came, it was I think 2, and then the other one was there. And he made some of the other Nigerian artists sit in the V8.
And he opted for the oven
with his team, and all of them, they were 8-seater oven. They were entered into the oven to the hotel, waited till the day they came, performed.
I understand that Sammy Flex is joining us. Let me try and connect him to as well. Sammy, if you can hear me, good morning. Hello, good morning, Brother Sammy. Are you there?
Good morning, KMJ. Big man, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning.
You're welcome. I've been waiting for you. Actually, so you guys ignored me because I overslept a little bit.
No,
last night was long.
I know. We're here. I know you came back to a lot of things. There's been back and forth about a show that Shatta Wale was supposed to have handled in the UK. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Yeah. Now we've seen press statements come out and all of that. Some have tagged it the luxurious press statement and all that. Where are we getting with this? It's now also opening conversations about the understanding between artist management and the artists, and then event promoters. What went wrong?
All right, thank you so much, and good morning to the rest of the guys on the show, as well as your wonderful viewers all over the world. KMJ, nothing really happened that I would consider bad. Sometimes it is about understanding between event promoters and the artists. That is what has been happening. I've been listening to the rest of the people on the show, and what I'm thinking, what I'm saying is the same thing that is happening all over the world when it comes to events. How event promoters would understand the artists, and how artists would also understand the event promoters. So in the case of Shatta Wale and Wolverhampton organizers, what happened was that we were in good spirits. If artist is not ready for a show, that artist will not record a video endorsement for the show. That artist will not be posting flyers. In fact, in Ghana, if there is one artist who has been posting and promoting events that is on, nobody beats Shatta Wale, unless someone is going to prove me wrong. But as much as promoting an event is concerned, anytime Shatta Wale is booked for an event, he goes all out to do extensive promotion because he knows his numbers, and he wants to make sure he connects with everybody who is going to be a part of the program. In this case, the organizers were told that the gentleman is not well, even days before we made the request, because he wanted to do everything possible to meet the show. He didn't want to go out of the show. We told them he is not well. Doctors coming in to treat him, and we were just insisting that, guys, make sure this show happens. We don't want him to go through that stress of driving 4 hours from London to Wolverhampton. The best you can do at this stage, let's airlift him, which will take like some 30 minutes or 35 minutes or maximum 45 to Wolverhampton, so he can restore the little energy in him for the show. Because if you put him in a car 4 hours and maybe not hoping so, but he gets attacked again after going through that stress. Because no matter what, if you're going to drive, you'll be stressed a little bit. You get to your destination a little weak and tired. If he gets there and he's stressed and the sickness maybe activates or the sickness triggers again, he will not be able to perform. Why don't you come at an agreement with the artist so we get him there? But the moment that request went to them, the first response was that, or the initial response was that, no, we can't. And if you do that, any artist who is thinking about his health, any management who is thinking about the safety and the life of the artist will not compromise. Because as a matter of fact, whilst we were there and Shatta started feeling sick, his father was calling me every now and then. Every now and then. Now, you're going to take that risk of going to let him perform. Should something negative happen to him? Do you know what some people are going through in this world?
All right, so
like,
yes, I understand.
I wanted to go perform and something happens to him. What I'll go through in this world, nobody would even come in to support or help me because nobody can stand it. So that was a risk that we were running or we were trying to take with the event organizers. But of course, they saw it to be luxurious demands. Therefore, they were not ready.
So that was what came with the issue of the chopper.
I'm asking again, what did they say?
Yeah, I'm asking that was what resulted in the chopper request, right?
Yes, that was what brought that request. And they were aware.
They said they were not aware. Their press statement said that they were not aware of that.
KMG, forget about that press statement. You see, Bizzle Entertainment.
But it came from an event organizer, a promoter that was putting the show together. So we can't just forget about it.
No, hold on. I can explain.
Okay.
I keep saying, Bizzle is my friend. So when it gets there, I always want to be careful to manage it because I know he's one of the young promoters in London, apart from the Alodiers and the West Coast and the Aquaba UK. So I'm always being careful. I've seen all the DS people are writing online, but Bizzle is a personal friend. Even in the midst of all this confusion, I'm still in chat with him. We are always chatting left, right, and center. Bizzle, the reality was that Bizzle was not the one who was pulling the strings for the show. And me and my artists, we knew this. We knew the people who were really running the show. Bizzle's name was used to fund the show because at the time, they thought that maybe he has been doing stuff and knowing Shatta Wale, he would just not do with anybody. So let's get a name that is a little recognizable so he will front it. So Bizzle was not the decision maker in the show. Bizzle was not even happy with how so many things were handled as much as the show was concerned. We knew those who were the decision makers. And at every point in time, when we want to take decisions, we were going to them. Those people were told of the situation. When the decision was made that if they cannot airlift Shatta Wale to go play at Wolverhampton, then the show is being cancelled. The night before the press release came out, those people were told. Like I'm saying, I don't want to go deep into that because today is not the end of the world. There's tomorrow as well. No matter what, you would have to protect some people. Like that's what I'm saying, that sometimes it's about the understanding. We've told you that gentleman is not well. And you see, sometimes people even ask me, so why was that not stated in the press statement? And me, I'm telling them that, what is that going to be in the press statement for? We have told the organizers what we needed. They knew why we were asking for that. So what was that? Why are we going to market sickness when that was not the main issue? The main issue was what we were requesting for, what they were supposed to meet. That they were not ready. In fact, they were not ready for that conversation at all.
Same, is it a situation of they didn't have it or they just didn't want to listen? Because there's one thing you having the money to say, I want to pay, and another thing you not having it at all.
KMG, how do you communicate that? How do you communicate that? Whether
so they didn't say that, oh, we can't afford the money you are asking us to use for the chopper request. They didn't even say anything at all about that.
I've told you that when the request went to them, like I'm saying, to them, they saw it to be just a luxurious demand. They saw it to be like that. That's what I keep insisting, that even if it was a luxurious demand, an artist of a Shatta Wale's caliber deserves it. But it went beyond that, or it goes beyond that. It wasn't just that. It was for the safety and the life of the artist, which they knew. They were told. In fact, even before that demand came, they were told that the guy was not well.
Okay, Brasame, I'll get back to you. Now, let me go to Jagonzi. So, a typical example, not necessarily a straight jacket example, but Sarkodie's store. Jagonzi, you put that together. In Detroit, he was supposed to have been there. Unfortunately, flight issues, Sarkodie was locked up somewhere on an island. Now, I was there, so I knew what was going on in the backstage. Now, we're supposed to have, in fact, we're making arrangements for a jet to go and pick Sarkodie from where he was on that very day of the event. We've got about 2 different jets with different prices and all of that. It didn't happen. Jagos, you were in the midst of all of that. Was it necessary that you made that attempt, that you wanted to now hire a private jet to go and pick Sack from where it was? Was it not too luxurious?
Good one. You know, for the Detroit situation and the Shatta Wale situation, it's 2 different things, right?
Yeah, but they all have to do with private something, a jet and a chopper. That's where I want the whole conversation to go. Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is that it's 2 different situations. But for the Detroit situation, mind you, this was a show in Detroit that, let's say, the promoters have never done a show there. You know, not a show, but they have not played a Ghanaian artist in Detroit before, right? So for them at that point, with what was going on at that particular point, right, with the fans and everything, they wanted to try every possible means, you know, together with the promoters or the organizers, or, you know, even with the artists and the team. This was not even just the promoters. Even Sarkodie's team even got involved. You know, it wasn't like just say, yeah, promoter no say like you should figure it out, because at the end of the day, anything can happen and things do happen. And this is something that, you know, Sarkodie couldn't control. And yes, will be to baby and this was something that even Delta even came out to even say this is what happened, right? So we all came together to try to see if we could actually get that private jet, you know, to bring Sarkodie to the show. But like you said, you're on the ground, you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Reason why I said this is a little bit different, let's say, first of all, Brasame, this thing that Brasame kind of say na Wale Yare and doctors about my in out massa. That one me you all know say that one be PR stuff. And
no, no. I will not let you continue to create this impression. How do you say? No. How do you say it is not correct? It is not.
No. Sorry.
No, but how do you say that?
No.
What do you have? No. Jagozi, wait.
So Jagozi, you're not in the camp. You're not in the camp with them. So it would be a bit unfair to say that it's a PR stunt.
I'm shocked he's saying this.
No.
They may have documents to prove that he was indeed sick, right?
No.
So maybe
this is shocking. How can he just say straight that it is not a? Like for real?
If there's evidence and documents, if there's evidence and there's document to say he was sick, like you said, doctors coming in, doctors coming out. The people need to know. The first need to know about this. Same way you brought a press statement saying.
So you think you should have stated that in a press statement?
Same way you brought a press statement saying this and this is what happened.
I'll come back to you to address that. Don't worry.
Because people want to know what you're saying. So.
I'll come back to you to address that, please.
Yes.
Just hold on for me. Hold on your thought for me.
No, because
Oh, Same.
You are closing. Wait, I know you are closing.
I'll come back to you to
some of these impressions. No, wait. I'm saying something.
Okay.
I know you are closing at 10. You have just about 19 minutes.
No, but I'll still come back to you I'll still come back to you to handle that situation.
Some of this impression has been the problem between artists and promoters.
No, never. No.
Look at what you are saying. You have no proof, but you are saying it is a PR stuff.
But you, no, Brasabi.
See, Brasabi, I'm going to come back to you for you to address that. Dagonzi, if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, so please wrap up on that for me, and then I'll go to sleep.
I said, I stand on it.
Okay.
I stand on it, and if Brasami is saying, I cannot say that, no problem. If there's documentations and saying the doctors coming in, what the Americans say, all those things, if it matters, all those stuff would have been in the press statement for us to know what is going on.
So you think they've been unfair to the promoter?
Yes, you don't release the press statement for everybody to see what is going on. Then a day after, you come and say, Onwuka say they should lift him from
London to Wolverhampton.
They should use a chopper to fly him to where I didn't know. Because, bro, at the end of the day, what Sami is also forgetting is these are also last-minute demands, right? And this chopper now, have you asked yourself, how much does it cost for it? Nobody is saying, Shatta Wale is not worth it. Nobody is saying that. That's the problem that some of these artists, when they make demands now, they make it look like, we don't care because, or Yare, and also, but it's a communication thing, right? And this chopper situation, who can once a year, who can say, 45 minutes, and or Yare, what shows is if they actually use a chopper to take Shatta Wale and took him there, what does it change? It doesn't really change anything. It could have still.
So that was a risk. That was a risk they wanted to take.
You get what? Yeah, it's a risk. So what if you still took that risk with that chopper? If the man for bought a canning, they still get there. You're still not well. Then what do? You come and say the promoters no. They always, if you look at the statement or the press that Sami released, he made it look like the promoters are not even knowing what they are doing. Oh. This luxurious term we use, he is the one who used it. It's not us. But now he's making it look like, and I say no. I get it.
Let me.
Exactly. Slim.
Let me come.
Slim. Gonzi, let me pick Slim's thought as well.
Yeah.
From what Jaganzi is saying, he has a point. Jaganzi is not just saying that maybe Shatta Wale is not sick or he's sick. First, the demands are very late. The promoters might have their budget they're working with. And this is something that has happened before. So if you set a precedent like this, even when you are genuinely sick or you actually need the thing at this time, people will not believe you again.
But what do you mean by it has happened before? In Ohio, okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
In Ohio, private jet was demanded.
Who demanded a private jet in Ohio?
Private jet. Private jet flew him from New York to Ohio. They first missed the flight. The private jet stayed in the hangar, paid bills. The promoter spent almost 100K on a private jet and luxurious.
For who?
For who? Luxurious cars.
Slim, for who?
5 luxurious cars and 1 private jet.
For who?
Those private
Slim.
Yes.
For who? For which artist?
For Shatta Wale and Medical.
When was this?
So this is something that has happened already. I think that was 2019 or so. I'll cross-check the date.
Okay.
The same. This is something that if you go to Shatta's page, you see him taking pictures with private jets and all that is there. That was a private jet that flew him to Ohio. We had 5 luxurious cars that came to pick up Shatta Wale, right? Like I said, when he went on his first tour, there was a case in Houston where he demanded that if they didn't bring a Rolls Royce to pick him up, he wasn't going. When he got to the venue, there was another issue of him demanding extra money before he would perform. So if such precedent has already happened, if you said something like that, and then now you really need the service of the chopper to take you to the venue. Now, my question is it only a chopper that can take you to the venue? The 4 hours, yes, if you are sick, it's a lot for an artist. he deserves, maybe they can give him a first class to fly with an airline, get there, they will pick him up with a good Suburban or something like that. If the promoter cannot afford a chopper at the last minute, we need to understand that, okay, this is a last minute demand. Let's negotiate. Let's find a better solution for the artist. Nobody's saying that the artist doesn't deserve those stuff. But what we are trying to say that when something is last minute, we have to work together. The artist and the promoter has to work together and understand each other and come to a common ground. But if you come out and say that, okay, the artist is not serious, the promoter is not serious, the promoter doesn't know what he's doing. No promoter wants their events to be cancelled. That's a bad record on your resume. No promoter wants that. So what I'm saying is that if he's saying, okay, they communicated to the promoter days before they wanted a chopper, what was the other plan B? What was the other alternative? They didn't get the chopper.
Well, I think the promoters were not even ready to listen to him. Now, let me.
I don't think that should be the case for any promoter not wanting to do a show and just want to cancel the show outright. We are not hearing the side of. We are not hearing the full story.
Okay.
We are hearing half of the story. We are not hearing from the promoter. We being promoters here, nobody takes pride in refusing to give the artists the service they require for their shows to be successful. You want the artist to be happy. You want him to come confident, happy, and then wants to deliver for your fans. Don't tell me that, okay, I just told them I needed a chopper, and they say, oh, we can't afford the chopper, so cancel the show.
All right. Eric, I'll come back to you. Brasami, I'll let you have that more minutes to talk about these issues. So let Eric do a quick one. Eric, what do you make of all of this?
So listening to Brasami, I'm trying to compare it to the press release he released. So in the press release, there wasn't nothing that sounded emergency for that luxurious demand.
Okay.
Because the health issue he's talking about is emergency, and it needed to be addressed.
Okay.
Reading the press release, it was quote unquote bragging, rich, this and this and that. So it made it look like, okay, because Shatta Wale is of this status, he deserves that luxurious demand, which we now hear as a chopper. So if he had said, say, okay, in a few days to the event, there was an emergency and we needed something luxurious, it would have been understandable. You don't have to actually have to put it in the press release that because of health issues, but emergency is emergency. And we know, oh, what was that emergency? So later he comes to tell us that it was health issues. We understand. But then you put it in as Shatta Wale is the biggest artist and we know he deserves it, but you don't tell us that. And then now you say you want a private jet. You tell the promoters that you need a private jet, a chopper, sorry. What are you also doing? Are you meeting 50-50? Because listening to Brasami, he said they wanted to perform. Are you meeting 50 halfway? Because it is not the promoter's fault that Shatta is sick. It is not his fault that Shatta is sick. It is an emergency that has happened. So from
meet each other halfway.
Exactly.
And make it happen.
If not possible, if the chopper won't be possible, and he won't use a car, a train, he can book a luxurious train, get there in 2 hours, days before. They should get him an apartment there for days before, because they didn't want to get there like the same day, drive through that stress. So let him get there days before
and rest and then perform.
Yes. So honestly, I think they had made up their mind that it's either a chopper and you are paying for the chopper full payment or no show.
Brasami, let me get to you now. Hello, Brasami, can you hear me? Hello?
I think his mic is mute.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Check.
Hello?
Ask your directors if they mute him.
Okay, please go ahead. We can hear you. Oh no, we're still not hearing you.
Ask your directors if they
kindly check for me, the technical team. Check for me and see if we have omitted him.
We can. You can hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. So please go ahead.
If Sabi's own is not coming, let me just add to it so that we don't kill all the time. Like Eric said, they've already made up their mind that it's either a chopper or
no show.
And we've been dealing with this same thing for a long time, not just Wale. say on a tier. Oh, like you said, at the end of the day, why does it even have to be, say, like promote talent? You get what I'm saying? Like, we are all doing this for the fans at the end of the day, right? It's money, we get it. But Tisana Eric Ekano, they could have also helped or chipped in. What did they also do in this situation, right? We get to say, yes, he risked his health, which, like I said, it wasn't even in the press statement. And the reason why I keep on emphasizing on that press statement is that's what we know and that's what we see on social media. We saw Bizzle's own as well. And based on what you brought or told us is what we are also using to actually have this conversation right now. Yes, it's not everything that is actually supposed to be in there, but the other part, but what did they also do? Bro, ask Slim. We've also worked with Nigerian artists where situations like this has happened, and even the video himself has used like on one pet, and on one cat, at one fly up certain shows because he understands. And I'm gonna say our artists don't understand this game that we are in.
Let me give you an example.
And, no, and sometimes too, the thing is,
yeah, go ahead.
We have, and I'm gonna say, with this whole social media thing that is going on, right? It's sad because sometimes most of the people that are actually talking, they've actually not done a show before. They have not removed money from their own pocket to do it. Even managers, the managers that are even holding these artists, yes, or my contract, or my BPR, but ask yourself, say, how many of these managers have actually traveled to USA, right? Have traveled to UK to actually be on the ground before the artist has even come to the state to see what is going on? Whatever can I say? Sometimes if they do, they will actually understand what is going on, but they will never understand. You get what I'm saying? Because if you are not on the ground now, obey the echo. You get where I'm coming from, right? So all these things that is going on, like I said, if a idea show be that, like you will not even say anything. But we've been doing this for at least how long? What is here? So at the end of the day, all that we are trying to say is we just want things to be right.
All right, sure. Let me get to Sammy now. Sammy, can you hear me?
Still can hear you.
Hello, Sammy, are you there? Okay, I think we're having difficulty with Sammy.
Let me come in real quick.
Yeah.
To support what Jagozi is saying. You when I had hosted Raymond in Ohio, right? Raymond, we already knew what car we were supposed to pick up Raymond. We were going to use a Suburban, black Suburban. Unfortunately, the time Raymond landed, he landed earlier than the time he gave me and my team. The cars that I was supposed to pick him up was with me, and I was 2 hours away. I just called a friend, and I said to him, hey, Raymond has landed at the airport. I'm 2 hours away. Can you go pick him up? He just took his own ordinary car when they picked Raymond and the team from the airport. I do not have any complaints about you coming to pick me up with somebody's private car or anything like that. He came, killed the show. KMG, you saw the video.
Yeah.
The show was lit, sold out. What we're trying to say is that sometimes if things don't go, if you demand certain things, and we the promoters are telling you that, okay, this is last minute. Because it's not every show or event that you do that you make your money. Promoters take a lot of L's quietly. So it's good that artists understand that when you make a last minute demand, it's not even in his budget. So he wants to squeeze you in. So meet each other halfway. If you want your brand to grow, if you want people to understand that, okay, I'm here for the show, I'm willing to do it for the people, meet the promoter halfway. If you really want yourself to feel good, to look good, to promote your brand, to do it for your fans, meet the promoter halfway. We're not saying that the promoter should disrespect you and you accept the disrespect. No. You both respect each other, put your egos on the side, and do it for the people and the culture. But don't stand on one thing and say, if not the chopper, then no show. What was your other demands if you don't get the chopper? Can you fly there with the first class? like the what's it called? The other gentleman said, stay there for a couple of days before the show. Something like that. Let's come to a common ground. Let's work with each other.
Okay.
Let's not make it sound like, okay, whatever the artist asks for, no matter what, you should provide it, even if you don't have the money to provide it. And let's stop discrediting promoters, because we are all partners. Promoter and the artist, we are all partners. We need each other.
Okay.
So if it doesn't go well, don't come and say, okay, they don't know what they're doing, or they just doing anything. This is their first time. No, let's give each other that respect.
Slim.
Okay.
It will get to a point very soon. They themselves will start doing their own shows by themselves.
Yeah, that's one.
That's the thing. You see, they themselves, show, because if they're always going to keep disrespecting us and always making it look like, say,
Gonzi,
There's no sponsorship here.
Hello, Sammy, can you hear me?
Individuals are taking their money out of their pocket. There's no sponsorship here.
Slim, hold on. Let me get to Sammy. Sammy, if you can hear me, please try and check your connection for us. Can you hear me? Hello?
Sammy, you have to unmute yourself.
That's Sammy, unmute yourself. Check and unmute yourself.
He's unmuted himself. I don't know why I can hear that he's talking, but I don't know why we can actually hear the audio.
Check your microphone cable for us. Okay, Brother Sammy.
Yeah. Let him actually hang up and jump back on again. Maybe it's
Brother Sammy, if you can hear me, check the microphone cable and let's see.
This is a mutual on one side.
Oh, nah. Brother Sammy, check your microphone cable for me and let's see. The earpiece, just check it. Just try and connect it again and let's see. All right, so if you just join us here on the show, we're talking about the challenges of artists and managers, promoters, and all of that. And we're looking at how we can solve this issue, and all that. Brother Sam, if you can hear me, speak and let me hear. It's off. Okay. All right. Eric, can we get to a place where we can all understand, or it will never happen?
I would say it will never happen, never say never. But then I'm sure 50% of the artists it will get to a time they will understand that they have to meet promoters halfway sometimes. Not every time. Yes, we know you value certain things, that you have to take your money, what you deserve. So I'm sure sometimes they have to understand. We have to meet promoters halfway. And then back to the press release. Shatta Movement putting out the press release to cancel the event was actually bad in the eyes of the promoters world. You don't cancel an event which you are not the one handling it. You are not the one organizing. You've not contracted the guys to organize the events for you. So why you go out and then put out the pressure that you are canceling an event? Let the organizer cancel. Tell the organizer I won't perform. If I'm not getting what I'm demanding, I am not performing. Then the organizer will put it out and cancel it. But then you come out and then you put it out to cancel the event. The organizer will lose its goodwill. It will lose its goodwill. Fans will be angry. And then, luckily for this organizer, the press release didn't really sit well with the public. So it is on the side. So most of the public, they are on the side of the organizer. But it has been another thing, or if they had put it in a different way, I'm sure the organizer would have been in hot waters now.
True.
All right. So unfortunately, I'm receiving messages from Same, and it's not in good taste. Brother Same, I will never and ever put people together to come and make mockery of you and Shatta Wale. If nothing at all, I've known you for the best part of my life in this industry. And I actually put you on this so you can come through and let us know what really happened because of the conflicting reports that came out in terms of the press statement. You know me too well. I have stayed off from controversies from this game ever since I came on this platform. In fact, in all my career in journalism, I've never had to say anything and come back to apologize to anybody. There are people who, out of clout, have said so many things and they have come out to apologize many times. I have never said anything on any platform that I've worked with and come back to say, I am sorry for saying A, B, C, D. I'm not about clout chasing. I'm not about gang up. I'm not about mafia. And you know me too well for this. So please, it's a technical problem that we had. I have tried so hard to actually resolve it. It's not working. But there's no way I'll put people together and say, these are my people. Come and let's gang up against Shatta Wale or anything like that. It is something I will never do, and you know this too well. I am sorry you were not able to actually have your say with regards to all that you needed to talk about based on the technical challenges we had. But of course, we love Shatta Wale. I have supported Shatta Wale from day one, and I'll continue to support him. Whatever you're doing well for yourself, and we wish you the very best of it. But trust me, I will never put people together to come and gang up against you or Shatta Wale. Anyway, let me say a big thank you to Jagonzi for being a part of this conversation. Let me say a big thank you to DJ Goody Slim, also in Ohio, for being a part of this. Guys, I appreciate your time and waking up this early to be part of the conversation. And bro, thank you so much for coming. Right now, you'll be coming here more.
Tell my boss to make it no best.
I mean, the messages Sammy is sending me. But let me get to Slim and Jagonzi. Your final take. I understand that we have like 3 minutes to end up, so kindly do it for me, please.
I didn't actually get the chance to, say hi to Eric. Charlie, Eric, also everything cool. It's been a long journey. But yeah, I liked your closing remark too, bro. At the end of the day, we do love Shatta Wale. Like I said, right now in the US, if we are talking about a demanding artist or who people really want to see, is Wale. You know what I'm saying? But stuff like this, that we like in Yaman Kitikiti, we know that I'm promoters to actually come together to bring him here in the States. So like you said, at the end of the day, if I'm here online around 4 o'clock, now it's 5 a.m. in the morning. So mind you, I was supposed to get up around 3 o'clock, just to, be ready for this, and same as you. So I don't think we'll just want to come here and just, like you said, cloud chasing. That's something that I also don't do, or me and who hear me, but at the end of the day, it's the betterment for the industry. We want to see improvements. We want to see changes. We want to push the culture. We want to see Ghana on a different level. And I feel like we have all these talents, but if things are not fixed, we are always going to keep on having this same kind of conversation, So I'm going to call Brassam myself. We didn't put him here to make him look bad, but the idea was for us to just have a conversation, just to see what is going on and what we all have to do, to fix it. Because like Eric was saying, what is out there doesn't look good. And tomorrow, if a promoter wants to book Wale and this is how it's going to look, Charlie, a bad day. So that's my closing remark. I just want to say thank you guys too for putting this together, and let's just keep pushing the flag of Ghana high.
Unfortunately, my time is up and I can't have any other thoughts. But once again, let me say a big thank you to you guys for joining me here on the show, and thanks to you, especially Eric, for coming to the studio with us. And thank you so much to Brassame for joining us on Zoom this morning as well. I appreciate you. All right, guys, that will be our conversation for today here on a Friday morning or here on Prime Morning. God willing, on Monday we're coming back again. Sarah Akowa, you are in London. It's your birthday. It was your birthday yesterday. Belated happy birthday going out to you, Sarah Akowa. God bless you. All right, folks, my name is KMJ. Myself, Rosalind Felly, and the Golden Girl is Siedua, who couldn't join us today. We'll be back again on Monday at 6 a.m. here on this very channel. Until then, please do well and communicate. Thanks for watching.